So for today's last activity of the integrative programming and technologies 2, so we're now executing the laboratory 10 um, session and cookie. So before we start, so let's uh, since the activity is step by step, so we need to first go through the part 1 understanding sessions, and let's create the file name session start at PHP. So let's go for creating this um, file. So first we need to um, session that start with PHP. So after we created the file, so need to do the same. So since this is session start, so we need also to create the session start method. So like that. So this one is it enables to start the session as the file name, yeah, session start. So dollar sign underscore session the user. No, let's not copy that because that is wrong. But instead, gonna put a username, and then the name of the user is, let's say, um, Chris, and then let's just copy again. Right, the username. Okay, role Nako is, let's just say here, admin. So we already created a session, so now let's proceed on we need to end this like that. So after that, we need to create a sample HTML, which is the doc type. Doc type HTML head title session start. So let's create session start title period, and then body, and then after that, we need to h1 session data, and then we need to end. So after creating the session is um the next thing we do is okay p username from, so again it generates session role, and then body frame. So now we successfully created the That's right. First, you need to start the sampling. And then install it. And then you just need to wait. So, um, need to localhost. I just need to check. Mm. Okay. So now it prompted session data. Username is Chris and my role is admin. So it works. And now let's create the part two, which is the session read, and the second one is the session destroy. Let's create the session read. So, so again, let's call the session start. So in this part is the session na mag-start siya na as a variable. So let's create another doc type again. So let's end and head and then title. So read response data and then title and body session reading. The um username and then plus from and then mm, echo, and then $sign underscore session, and then username, and so now it generates the MOBA, and although it gives me the right output, so create WR. So in this hyperlink, we need to point it to session destroy. Kasi the session destroy, create na na siya later. And lastly, the body and everything. So let's try to session read. Okay, reading at session page. So since the delete session destroy is not existed pa, so ma-discover lang natin or like magana na siya later. So let's proceed to create another file, which is the session destroy. So let's name it first as session underscore destroy that um, txt. So nakasanay na to. So ito pa rin naman, uh, same gyapon na mag-start ta sa ato ang variable na session start. In this one, if mo ang mag-start sa ato ang session. Since our name of the O file here is all about session. So let's proceed to session underscore onset. And then session destroy header location https www dot manual in function dot header dot php. So yan. So makita na diri na sa session start is mo na mag-start sa to ang session. Session onset is mo na mag-remove sa all sessions, and since this is destroy, so it makes sense na i-destroy niya ang session. So session destroy at 8 field sec. 197. Okay. It's not working, but let's proceed to the other section. So since we already done in the part 2, so let's proceed to the part 3. Um, mag-set na tayo og cookies. Create the set cookie 50. Mm. So, let's start from Sultan. Let's proceed to um, part 3, setting the cookies. So, first is we need to, yun nga is, naka-session ta karon nag-set na tayo cookie. So, itong cookie nga itong iset, na siya copy. But the whole idea is still make our own. Sa ato ang parameter is user underscore color blue and time. And send the session. So HTML. So head title set cookie. So after we set that one, so let's do paragraph and after we're gonna copy this one. Um H1 line of one. And then after we set it again, make the paragraph get fire in Monday. Ang content sa itong paragraph is has been set to blue. And then, itong BR naman, and read cookie.php. So, let's try to test this one. Ayan, cookie.php. So, cookie set successfully. So, let's create another file, which is next. Need to read cookie. So, let's create the red cookie. PHP. Red cookie.php. $sign, color, and then the color cookie user color. So I guess right where this and 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 then doctor and head. So red cookie title and then head and then h1 background color. Itong color natin kulang na rin. Need to put strong and then need to use the BR again. Okay. Delete. So, delete na na po kaya itong ibutang na rin. So, after we created the read cookie, I don't go to set cookie. Okay, read cookie. Okay, read cookie. So now let's create the delete cookie. Kasi mag-created ako ron sa delete cookie. Okay. So, ito ang delete cookie.php. Okay. PHP. Mag-set yung delete cookie. Okay. Modify lang natin ang field na. Kasi hindi na siya tama. User color time 3 of 6. And then we're gonna end in doc type and delete cookie Head, body, H1, delete P. The user color has been deleted. So, tama na siya. The BR naman is set cookie. Body. So, tama na siya na. So, delete cookie.php. Try to on that. And then try to okay, read cookie not set. So na-read out ang read cookie. So let's view kung na ba tayo set then. Kaya tayo set cookie. And then sa to ang delete cookie naman. Okay, na bata ko na ito ang set. So let's proceed to part 4 and security notes.php. So let's create first security that notes underscore PHP. So as we all practice, so I cut the video. So this is now the result of the part 4 to ang security notes.php. So if we are going to check this, so as you can see here now, it now works. Ilabas na siya. So the security notes.php secure session and cookies implementation. Check the comments in the code for security explanation. So in kasi that's what the task for us to do. So anyways, let's proceed to part 5 of creating a 4. So as taas na yung part 5. So ang part 5 naman is to create login.php. So sa to ang login.php is taas na siya. So as we all know how so second part, so mag-guess ano ba dali guess naman nun. If na po dali so if asset session username header location login. So ang location na niya is dashboard. So mag-exit siya and then here's the part we're gonna end and then let's doc type and add login page body h1 href. So kung h1 is type h1 na to Pag-uho na to na. So complex for me. So, which one? Or not sure. Something process with HP. And then method na equal sa post. Okay. Label. Username. So we have to input BR. And then an input. And then label password. Input password name. And then input type. Label. BR label. Lang. Button. Ano ganun po? BR password. Usually we are now in the password. And then password label input. Password required. We're now done. Button submit login. Tama din. Form body. So let's try to open this. Let's what's wrong with this code? So let's start to look what's wrong with this code. H1 lock type exit. I don't know. Asa ko mali. Location dashboard. PHP. Ito start. So nag-log if redirect to the dashboard. Does it because of the, so let's try to create the next, which is the, um, dashboard. Create it as a login process, part 5, login process ito. So, sign, username, sign, and then underscore, post username, and then password. So production, valid, username, equals to admin, and password input 3. So we're gonna use the common password. So, so again now check the credentials. And then if username, valid username, credential, um, password, valid password, second username, yeah, the username, second username, role, admin. Okay, tama ni sa baba na part. Taas pa sa baba mali. So, then password, so section information, the session start. Mm. Session start. Mm. And I think after that, mm, we're gonna do the header. I think header. Yeah, dashboard. Exit, else. So, the answer tong echo na to is H1. Mm. Inside. Oh, H1. So let's put here that echo, and then echo. So let's try to log in process that H2. Mm. Then number 6. Try to remove this one. So in the last part 5, let's create the uh, logout PHP. So sa logout PHP naman is very basic lang. So yan. And then person underscore start. And then person concept. Then second extras. Other person login the PHP exit. And so try to open this. So yan, gana siya kasi yung nakabutang dali is ang header natin is mag-locate siya sa login.php and same sa login.php login process. No? Also siya dashboard. So that's all for the part 5. So let's proceed to now in creating on the part 6. So in the part 6 naman, so I modified the login process PHP and login the PHP and it checks remember me. So both of this file, so they now have a remember me. So can you see here that kanina is wala ni sila yung remember me but now ano yung remember me and yun, diba? Ano yung mga remember me and nakalagay na si user nga dili mag-type balik sa iyang code which is and that's the purpose of remember me. Pag mag-store siya and then user dili na sige type ng type ng type. So yan, kanina nakita na to dere na the code dere is wala style remember me and now na remember me. Uh, yun lang. And also sa isa love process and sa login at PHP naman is also na po na siya remember me dere. Remember user, you know, this one cookies. Mo ni siya remember user so ang user dili na mag-type lang mag-type. Yes, whenever she or he logs in, you can just check the remember me. So, di na siya mag-type. Whenever mag-try siya, so, check, mag-upload ko na lang niya ang text field sa login, sa username and password, and automatic na ma-fill si pan ang web kung asa siya yung gagamit. So, yun lang. So, in the part 7 naman and implement at least 3 of the following in your login system. So use session regenerate after login to validate all inputs user. So sa regenerate kuan ID regenerate ID so after login. So in this code mapakita na to nga session regenerate ID is equal to true. It means naka-boolean siya and then if mag-login si user so mag-generate ang ang kanang yung ID after nag-login siya. And then next na ko gi-apply is HTTP only. So Um, wait lang, let's look yeah. Sa ito namang session cookies is I implement the HTTP only uh, in that session cookie, the cookie underscore HTTP only. So, kawali siya sa one. Ayun, i-apply it and stores one minimal and safe data and session. So, yan lang. And then, after that, so, I mean, this is the implementation for the part 7. So, let's proceed to the last part, which is the part 8. So, in the part 8, is the last task here is create a folder named login module containing login PHP process dashboard and set cookies. Pero optional man ni siyang duha. So I only included the this four login PHP, login process, dashboard, and PHP. So alongside sa other process ganihan na gipamodified na to ning upat and in this pod i-modify po nato sila and then ganiya kasi is nakaisa ni sa diri tanan excuse me nakaisa ni sa diri tanan na mga file aning server side login and since the part 8 asked me to create another folder which name this one login underscore module. So these are the four, no? So dashboard, login process, login, and logout. And these four are already modified, no, for this task. So the other part is like kung ano lang siya, testing. So again, so yun, ito yung mga itong upat ka buok. So if we try to run this, so makita nato nga nanay-test credentials 3 admin and then nanay since nanay given so admin and then password 1 2 3 so makabutang there is welcome admin so you are logged in successfully if i-log out na to na if i-remember me na to so admin then password 1 2 3 log in so yun but the reason nga nang wala na ko siya Mas kasi 'to ganiha na save na ko ang credentials ni admin but wala na ko siya gilisdan kasi this user, this admin is nakabutang diha ang kuan katong sa WordPress nako. The very reason why I decided na dili nako siya i-save. But since the credential is already here, so hindi naman siya lisod. And then plus 4 2 3 lang naman. So ganyan nag-ask na siya diri kami. And so far that's it for the lab. And then now let's read. So use session for authentication, yes. Nag-authentication ta ganiha. Support for certain login via cookies and then include basic security practices. So matong authentication, basic security practices, and display session cookies values for testing. So yeah. So this is I think the last part of the part 10. So so far so good and thank you for like this is the last part before Christmas and we're done.